Alright, hello once again. As you can see, this is Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming, and as you can see, I now have a new playlist, Jeff Teaches Programming Java, that has the, no, I'm not going to play it. It has the video in it that we just created. Okay, so that's the only thing that's there right now. There it is. Alright, so we're going to go on from there. And as explained in the last video, let me get into VS Code here. We are going to start creating main.java right now. Now, like JavaScript and like a lot of other things, you can create a comment this way, or you can create a multi-line comment this way, and that's what I'm going to do here. Alright, so this file is main.java. It represents the entry point into our Java calculator app. It will also house the user interface, also known as UI, for the app. Here we will be using Swing. The classic built-in Java toolkit. For creating, I don't know, buttons, labels, etc. Okay. Now I do want to put a note in here. This file, really this class, because it's going to create a class in just a minute, does not contain any of the logic for our program. That will be housed in a separate file called calculator-state.java, which will be created next. So, main.java has the following responsibilities. Number one, it draws the UI elements on the screen. Number two, it listens for mouse clicks and key presses. Number three, it lets the calculator state.java file know what just happened. In other words, did we click a button? What did we do? And number four, it reads the updated state back out of calculator state and updates the screen accordingly. Alright, so that's a start. Next, we're going to put in here our import statements. Before we do that, I'm going to put in here a package statement. And that's what we call this. Not package, package. There we go. Let's make this a multi-line comment as well. So these statements let Java know which pre-built toolkits and or classes to use in the file. All right, so I'm going to put them in, and I'm going to put comments by them so you know what they're doing as well. Move this over a little bit. And move that over there. All right, first we're going to import javax.swing.star. These will bring in the core Swing components, GUI components. How's that? All right. Next, we're going to import javax.swing.border.emptyBorder. And that will let us add padding and spacing. Next, we're going to import java.awt.star. And that's the core graphics classes. You know, things like adding colors and layout managers, etc. Next, we're going to import java.awt.event.keyEvent, and that represents a keyboard key. Next, we will import java.awt.event.keyAdapter. This will let us override the keyboard. And if you don't get that, you will a little bit later. All right, next, we'll import java.awt.event.mouseAdapter. And this is just like the key adapter, but for mouse events. Next, we will import java.awt.event.mouseEvent, and that'll represent a single mouse event. Example, a click. All right, next we will import java.util.hashmap, And that's going to give us a basic lookup table. Sorry, turn my phone off. Finally, we will import java.util.map, and that will be the general interface hash map implements. All right, let me turn my phone off. Sorry. All right. Okay. So now we've got all this. Now we get to actually create our class. So this will be public class main, which will extend JFrame. All right. JFrame basically is a desktop window that has a title bar on it, a close button, a minimize, a maximize button, etc. By extending it, main will automatically get all of that behavior for free, and we will end up customizing it, for lack of better words. All right. So first we will create our instance fields. Okay. Now, the first thing I'm going to put in here, let me put it down here. I'm going to put in private final calculator state, and we'll just call it state, and that's going to be a new calculator state. Now, we might get errors here because we haven't created the calculator state file yet, and that's okay. So this object will hold, let's call it the calculator's brain, for lack of better words. All right. All right. Now we're going to start building the stuff that's going to go in here. And there's going to be a lot of it. All right. I'm going to pause for just a moment here. All right, now my program that I have that I'm using to write this with has got about 600 or 700 lines in it. So of course we've got 40 lines in. So we're what, 6% of the way through maybe. Okay, doesn't it like here? Equal sign would be nice there. There we go. And spelling that would also be nice. All right. So this will be, this will be the label above the big result. And again, that may not make a whole lot of sense, but it will once we get into this. Next, we'll have the label with the big, bold result on the bottom of the screen. So this will be private final. Again, J label. We'll call it result label equals new J label. There's nothing in it, just like there was nothing in the other one, because we're going to fill it up as we get going. Again, I've got to learn to spell, huh? All right. This is going to hold the history of what we've done thus far. This will be the scrolling list of past calculations. So it'll be all the stuff we're showing up above. Next, we'll have a lookup table that will map an operator's internal name, for example, add, to the associated on-screen button. Example, plus sign. All right. All right. Now notice on all these we've added private. Okay. Private means it's only usable inside of this class. We're going to add some more stuff, and we're going to make it private static, which means it's going to be shared by all instances, and it doesn't need an object to exist. We've also got final, which basically makes it a constant. So there's a bunch of color constants that we're going to put in here. All right, but I think I'm close to 20 minutes. I am. So I'm going to stop right here and pick it up on the next one. See you then.